take to get a op back. All my niggas outside, steak, bitch, we out back.
Warning: the following image and or content may be disturbing, offensive to some viewers. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. And or content may be disturbing, offensive to some viewers. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. And or content may be disturbing.
Yeah, sorry about that, y'all. That was kind of weird. I forgot I had another window open here. My bad. My bad. But yeah, salute everyone. Thanks for tuning in for the show tonight. I am the official therapist. I do have a topic that I want to talk to y'all about tonight. This particular topic I've been researching about for the past couple of weeks or so, and so I feel up to actually having a show that's really talking about this. All right, pretty important topic. I'm pretty sure some of y'all are familiar with this. And if you're not familiar with this, don't worry. I'm going to go in details about this. You know what I'm saying? Trey, what's up with it? The fact. Yeah. Also, sorry about my lateness as well too. Yeah, I was in the middle of talking to my daughter. Then also, we was also me and Mrs. Urban was in the middle of watching the last Jurassic Park movie on Jurassic World, wherever hell that movie called. But we was in the middle of watching that. I was like, oh dang, I forgot I had a show tonight. So here I am, here I am, y'all. Here I am. So yeah, we're gonna talk about this on topic tonight because yeah, it is very important. It really is important, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in tonight. Now, let's go and jump into this. Now, I I purposely chose this little clip right here because this scene is actually from the upcoming movie The Woman King. All right. And so in this scene, the Woman King, right, it shows this young lady right here. She's about to get ready to do a suplex or a rock bottom or whatever the hell she doing to this dude. That's what she's doing right there. You know what I'm saying? And I seen this scene and I laughed about it and I screenshot it, right, because it was very fitting for what we're gonna talk about tonight, y'all. Very fitting. Reason why this scene is fitting because it when you look at this photo, right, it shows the actual masculinity of the modern day black woman. All right, it shows the masculinity of the modern day black woman. You know what I'm saying? Not only that's the physical masculinity of the modern day black woman, but it actually shows the behavior behind it as well too. My boy Trey said a hip toss. What's up with it, man? What's up with it? Yeah, but wait, a woman king. Yes, 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 bro. Yes, 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 yes. Did man, he's talking I told y'all so. I told y'all so. Matt actually did a review on the Woman King earlier. What was it? Earlier this year, he did a review on it when they first dropped the trailer for this. So Matt did a review on this, and he's been talking about it ever since then. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But like I say, this photo, I'm not gonna be talking about the Woman King, but like I say, I'm gonna be talking about the behavior of the modern day black woman on this side. I am gonna be talking about that. So just to bring clarity about this conversation tonight, all right. So the conversation tonight, let me go ahead and remove this picture real quick. The actual conversation we're gonna talk about tonight is actually this, y'all. We're going to talk about SYSBM. SYSBM. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with SYSBM, SYSBM stands for Save Yourself Black Man. Once again, it stands for Save Yourself Black Men. All right. So, what what would I mean about this, huh? Save Yourself Black Man. Or what are they talking about? Well, Save Yourself Black Man is a movement that's been started, right? I believe it started back in 2017, 2018, 2019, where the case may be, but it started way back then where different men who's part of the, as we call the manosphere, right? Um, the whole point of this movement is that they're trying to take preferably the younger upcoming black men. They want to take them and they want to teach them the importance of no longer being connected to the modern day black woman. Once again, they want to teach the importance of no longer being, you know, in other words, dating the modern day black woman. All right. So they're saying save yourself. They're saying do not date the modern day black woman, especially here in this country. All right. So they're saying that, and so they're saying, hey, what you need to do, you need to do something. Don't even focus on that, right? You need to build up your own funds, wherever you're doing, right? Build up your funds or build up your career, wherever the case may be, right? You need to do that. You need to get your passport, which they call this passport bros, right? You need to get your passport, and you need to find you a submissive woman who is not black. So you need to go to other countries such as Asia or these other type of countries, right, where you can find a submissive type woman. All right, because they are saying that there's no hope for the modern day black woman. All right. So that's the whole point of this movement. All right, that's the whole point of this particular movement. And me being a sociologist, I want to examine this movement. All right, I want to examine it. I want to give y'all the more detailed reason why black men are feeling this way. I want to also give accountability moments as well too, like I always do, and I also want to promote solutions as well too, because even with these type of movements, all I see is everyone talking about the issue or talking about the problem, but no one talks about accountability, and nobody don't talk about solutions other than getting away from the modern day black woman. That's the only solution that they could come up with. So I'm going to examine this. We're going to talk about this right now. Now let me go ahead and pull this article up for y'all as well too, so y'all can get clarity about what I'm talking about. All right. So this article that I'm gonna put up with y'all right now. This article is found on blackyouthproject.com. If you want to check it out, once again, that is blackyouthproject.com. So I'm going to share this article with you. I'm going to read it. I'm going to give you my perspective about this as well, too. All right. So this article, it was written by the author Aaron Fountain. This author Aaron Fountain right here. So let's go ahead and get into it. It said, how one online community has channeled misogyny into the Save Yourself Black Man movement. Okay. And now this article was back in 2019. All right. So now Mr. Ron Fountain, he did give a disclaimer, just like how I gave a disclaimer as well at the beginning of my show too, right? It says, this essay contains, quote, with extremely hateful rhetoric against black women. All right. Once again, this essay contains quotes with extremely hateful rhetoric against black women. Okay. Now, once again, I also have to give myself a disclaimer as well too, is that I'm not going to be giving my rhetoric, it's not going to be geared towards to be extremely hateful, but my rhetoric is going to gear towards challenging accountability as well. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into this. Now, wearing a helmet that covers his face and talking over a compilation of photographs of black men with mostly white women, YouTuber Mad Bus Driver X frequently tell his listeners, save yourself, black men. Save themselves from what, one might ask? The answer is simple. Save yourself from the alleged inherent dysfunction of black community, especially from black women. Move out, date out. Now, before I go further, y'all, let me go ahead and share with y'all this on YouTuber Mad Bus Driver X right now, because I got him pulled up here. This is his channel. I'm not gonna play this video, but this is his channel. If you want to go and check out his content by all means. This is channel right here, and as you see, his content is geared towards black men dating uh, outside their race, meaning that they're dating either white women or they're dating Asian women, any type of women that are other than black. His whole content is talking about this, all right? His whole content is talking about this, dating Indian women, all kind of women, you know what I'm saying? So, as you can see, like I said, I'm not going to want to show his content, but by all means, you can want to check it out on your leisure time. You could go to his channel. As you see, I'm actually sub to his channel, but you could go in and check out this channel, during your own leisure time. All right, so that's who this is, Mad Bus Driver X. All right. Now, he coined the phrase in 2014, just a few months before the protests at Sequoia White and Ferguson, Missouri. In the midst of the unrest, he criticized protesters. Here's the problem, brothers, that black people in the community have, he began. See, there's no men in charge of the community. There's no men in charge of the black household. Okay? And yes, he's part of the manosphere around Trey. Yes, he is. The article also go on to say, he went on to say that women who run these households operate on emotions, not logic, which that is a fair and true statement. I have to agree with him on that. This presumed dysfunctionality made him conclude with, brothers, that's why you need to go out and get you something different. Essentially get any woman but a black woman, because other women still come from a culture that respect men, and they would impute that culture into your youth. So here's the first argument of this article, right? The first argument of the article is simply saying that black women is incapable once again helping out the nuclear family household. Instead of the black woman being the modern day black woman being more submissive to the modern day black men, they choose to do the latter. They choose to be, as this picture shows, they choose to be physical. They choose to be combative. They choose to, instead of allowing the black man lead them, they want to take matters into their own hands. That's what they choose to do. Then on top of that, the other argument is that the modern day black man is incapable of leadership. So since the modern day man is incapable of leadership, by right, the modern day black woman feel that they not only should be independent from the black man, but they should leave the household. Also, the modern day black woman, they also feel that the modern day black man is not only incompetent, but even if they were in a quote unquote leadership role, they don't want to submit to the modern day black man because that's misogynistic. Once again, they don't want to submit because they feel that that's misogynistic. Okay? Which lead us to this picture that I'm showing y'all right now. Moneyboy Trey said they had Ronda Rousey break the bank general manager arm on WWE. Yes, that's true. That's true. And here's another thing too, Trey, is that a lot of these movies, like you see this movie right now that's getting ready to come out, The Woman King, and how in the hell a woman could be a king, I have no idea. But a lot of these movies that are coming out, they display women being more superior over men. I don't know if y'all been paying attention to that. I know Mad have, but a lot of these movies that came out, they have women more superior over men. A matter of fact, just about every, not only movie, but even modern day shows, like say for example, Family Guy, right? Have y'all noticed on Family Guy or The Simpsons or any of these other type of shows, right? Have y'all noticed that they always have the men on the show to be incompetent? They have the men on these shows to be stupid. They have these men lacking leadership or common sense, and they always have the woman to display a strong role. Have y'all ever noticed that in these shows? I have. I have. In these movies, in these TV shows, everywhere. Everywhere. So this is one of the reasons why this movement is taking place right now, where they're trying to encourage the younger men to, hey, do not deal with these modern day black women because these modern day black women are trash. They don't want to submit unto you at all, period. All they want to do is manipulate you and control you. So instead of you dealing with the modern day black woman, what you need to do is to get away from them, get you a passport, go outside the country of the United States, and go to another country that deals with prearranged marriages, that deals with that. But they also encourage them that if they do that, then of course they need to have their funds all the way stacked up, because if they are trying to deal with prearranged marriages outside of the United States, 9 times out of 10, that father or whoever's under that woman, right, they want to make sure that that man is able and competent enough to take care of that woman so she could properly submit to him, because they are raising their women to be that way. Okay. So once again, that's the reason why that this movement is taking place right now. That's why they're encouraging the younger black men to do this. All right. Miss Lady, what's up with it? And see, I told you was a block. I don't know why you thought you was blocked, but you ain't blocked from my chat. But let us continue with this. All right, let's continue with the article. And then, like, so I'm going to continue to give you my perspective about this. Okay. All right. Where I stopped at. I start back. Well, let's right here. Mad bus driver comment is the emblematic of the core philosophy of Save Yourself Black Men, or more popularly known as the acronym SYSMB, established by the originator as a movement that is inherently selfish, anti-black, and misogynistic. It believes black men can find salvation by dating interracially and distancing themselves from black people, black women specifically. All right. SYSMB could be best summarized as a competitive victimhood. Self-described, thinking black men view themselves as victims of black women's anonymity. It supports a worldview that black men are more safe being away from them and their alleged dysfunctional behavior, and can find peace of mind by dating interracially. For them, this esoteric cannibal rationalized their views about black pathology, their intentional decision to have children with non-black women and to live abroad or in middle and upper middle class white neighborhoods that they call Pleasantville. Salute, El Chipo. Proponents believe SYSMB is a growing international movement, but in reality, it's just a regurgitation of the unresolved problems or internalized racism and misogyny among black men that has found a home on the internet. Okay. Now, the London-based writer Babatu Ahmad Nah, editor of the website slayandeva.com and author of the self-published book Negro Wars, recently outlined the tenets of SYSBM. SYSBM is not about saving the black community, he claims. As far as we are concerned, the black community is dead, and black women were the ones who killed it. Once again, he said that as far as he concerned, the black community is dead and black women were the ones who killed it. He went on to declare that SYSMB rejects feminism, LGBTQ plus people, women, or other races who lack class, and non-black women who have black female friends. Okay. So once again, this movement, the SYSBM, it rejects feminism, it rejects the LGBTQ plus people, it rejects women of other races who lack class, and non-black women who have black female friends. Now the question is, why is this so? Why is this so? Why is this important? Why is this important for them to mention this? Now I'm gonna tell y'all the reason why. Just like I say, I'm gonna give y'all the perspective about it behind this, but I'm gonna tell y'all the reason why. The reason why is because of the modern day black woman behavior. All right. The reason why is because instead of the modern day black woman taking accountability for their behavior or for the decisions that they make emotionally, instead of them doing that, they often see themselves as being more of a victim than being the solution. Once again, they see themselves as being more of the victim instead of being the solution. So check this out. Check this out. There are several situations that been happening within the black community, preferably dealing with black men dating black women, right? Or the modern day black women, all right? One of the situations is that the modern day black woman, they tend to, instead of them dating with logic and reason, right? They tend to date based on how the way they feel. Once again, they tend to date based on how the way they feel versus dating with a purpose, okay? Meaning that as long as this black man make them feel a certain type of way, and that feeling could be physically, and that feeling can be mentally as well too. Long as they feel a certain type of way, they would be happy about that. That's what brings them into their happiness or their happy place. The moment when that man, that black man, don't make them feel a certain type of way, guess what's going to happen? That the modern day black woman is going to become disconnected, and they're going to eventually find another suitor to replace the current person that they are in a relationship. Now, the reason why this is true is true based on these reasons. All right. First of all, let's say for example, right? Let's say for example that the modern day black man, right? And the modern day black woman, she's in a relationship with this man, right? And this man is not physically satisfying her. Modern day black woman, you know what I'm talking about, right? Y'all often will go back and tell, y'all counterparts and stuff, right? That my man, he has a small dick. He smile. He's not satisfying me properly. And so what you end up doing is that eventually you end up becoming not happy about that, because that was part of a requirement for him to satisfy you in that way. But since he's not satisfying you in that type of way, guess what you do? You'll often start detaching yourself from that man emotionally. You start daydreaming of a man who can actually satisfy you in that way. Often y'all will actually fantasize while having sex with that man who's not satisfying you properly. Y'all will fantasize of another man who's actually be able to satisfy you properly. Then the worst case scenario, what y'all will possibly do is that y'all will find another suitor, or you'll find another man that will actually satisfy you. This is what the modern day women call sneaky links. Okay, they call them sneaky links. In other words, this is a man that they could go to, and his whole purpose is for him to satisfy her sexually. Why? At the same time, she's still with this current dude. They call them sneaky links. They call them side pieces, but it's still the exact same thing. Okay? And this is what they do. Or they will do this. They will find a person, if the person who they're with, right, if that person's not satisfying them mentally, right, they would find another person just for their whole purpose of satisfying them mentally, stimulating them mentally. Okay. Now they probably satisfy them physically by all means, and they love that. But if that person is not satisfied them mentally, they'll find another person that don't satisfy them mentally. And often cases, these situations that I'm telling y'all about right now, often these situations happen when the woman is within her current workplace, because she believed that the modern day woman believed that the one workplace is a safe haven for them. This is the reason why the modern day woman call these men that I'm talking about right now their work husbands or their work boos. For that simple reason, because they know their place is safe haven. They know that the current person that they're in a relationship with, right, they're not gonna think that anything is happening to them in their workplace. They're not gonna think about that. Matter of fact, they're gonna trust them. And so they'll have these situationships without this dude even knowing that this is even happening to them, right? Then next thing you know, the dude eventually end up finding out about this one way or the other. He ended up finding out about this, but oftentimes the reason why he found out about this is because their side dude or work husband or sneaky link end up catching feelings, end up wanting a real committed relationship with them. And so this dude will end up going and finding the current dude that she's in a relationship with. And guess what? They end up confronting each other. And that's how he ended up finding out about it. Now, I'm lying about that. And so guess what? When they found out about this, right, guess what happened? Instead of the modern day black woman taking accountability for the decision that she made emotionally, right? Instead of her taking accountability for that, guess what she do? She manipulate the situation. She I said this before, and I say this again, that women are master manipulators. And so what she would do is that she'll master manipulate the situation to switch it around to say that this situation is your fault. It is not my fault. This is only the end result. It is your fault that you wasn't satisfying me sexually. It was your fault that you wasn't satisfying me mentally. So I had to go out and seek somebody else to do that because you wasn't being a man enough to handle the situation like how the way you're supposed to handle the situation. So therefore, I handled the situation for you. Just like this picture right here of this upcoming movie, where these women are saying that, hey, it's a situation that's going on right now. Since y'all not handling the situation how the way we want y'all to handle it, right, we're going to take care of the situation on your behalf. We're going to manipulate you. We're going to emasculate you to show you the errors of your way instead of they'll take accountability for their behavior and for their actions. This is the reason. This is the argument that the SYSBM is having right now with the modern day black woman, and that is one situation that I just mentioned. That is one of many different situations that they have an argument about. That I have researched and they have an argument about. Another situation is this: the modern day black woman. They know that the men that they deal with. They know that some of the men that they deal with is, let's be real, full of shit. Let's be real about it. These are the dudes who are considered as fuck boys. These are dudes who don't have no purpose in life whatsoever other for them to just be there. And they know this. But yet and still, they will gravitate towards these type of men with no purpose. And the reason why they gravitate towards these men with no purpose is because they feel like in their mind that they can not only manipulate them, but they feel like that they could change them. They feel like they can mold them into whatever it is that they want them to be. This is the reason why you see on these TV shows that be manipulating the behavior of the modern day black woman. That's why you see on these TV shows, right, where they show these women emasculate these men, slip her tongue, like, well, you need to do better for yourself. You need to find a job. You need to be like me. You need to be educated like me. You need to do this. You need to do that. That's why they do it. That is why they do it. And so they end up choosing these dudes, right? End up procreating with these dudes, right? Knowing that these dudes don't have no purpose, knowing that these dudes is not going to change. They'll procreate with these dudes. Dude don't want to have no child with them, right? And the dude expressed to them that he do not want to have a child with them. But some weird way, they end up having a child together, and guess what that dude doing? He end up leaving them, and he end up becoming what is known as a deadbeat father to them. And so, these type of dudes, right, they don't put these type of dudes on child support. They don't give these type of dudes accountability. They allow them to be who they are. But guess what they do? They seek out another person to fulfill the obligations of the child's father. That's what they do. Thus, you have what is known as the stepfathers coming in. And here's the interesting part about this too, is that when the stepfathers come in, right, they make these stepfathers have a high expectations. Okay. The stepfathers, they're not giving the stepfathers a very high expectation. Sometimes these expectations be extremely unrealistic. They say, hey, they'll sit up here and tell these dudes, right, who ultimately become a stepfather, right? They'll tell these dudes, right, saying that, hey, my child's father, he's a deadbeat dad, he's this and that. Plant this narrative that this dude is such a horrible person. And so naturally, a true man is going to want to provide, and he also going to want to protect as well too, especially the woman. And so by her manipulating the situation, she'd have created a narrative stating that this dude is a deadbeat father, he's this and that, he's whatever, stuff like that. And guess what's going to happen? That stepfather is going to want to protect not only her, but he's going to protect a seed that doesn't even belong to him. And he's going to take upon that as though that's his very seed that he's protecting. Therefore, he ended up getting into, eventually, if that quote-unquote deadbeat father ended up getting into the picture, guess what? It's going to be conflict because she already created a narrative or a story implanted into his head based on manipulation. That this father is this, or this this deadbeat father is this certain type of way. Now, I don't know if y'all seen this video, but I had did an actual review. I think it was in season 5 on my show. I did a review where it's this dude right here, confronting his baby mama, right? It was a white dude, by the way. He ended up confronting his baby mama, right? He went to her house. He confronted her because it was a situation about visitation. He was trying to pick up his son or something like that, right? Something happened, right? But the woman's husband ended up coming outside, and he ended up confronting him. He pulled out his gun and he shot that dude and killed him. And I did a review on that, y'all. So y'all check that out. But the reason why I mention this is because of the very scenario that I'm talking to y'all about right now, how the way women will manipulate a situation, you know what I'm saying? And to create a narrative. Sometimes these narratives, they'll be true, but there'll be other cases where the narrative isn't true at all. But the deep underlying issue is because that baby mama still have feelings for the one child's father. And they don't want to move on. So they create and manipulate a situation. Now, through my research and stuff, unfortunately I seen that this is really, really, really evident within the modern day black woman. Not just women, but I've seen it real evident a lot with the modern day black woman. Unfortunately. So this is the reason why the SYSBM is encouraging younger black men to, hey, don't fall for the mistakes of, the older black men, like how we did, how we got caught up dating black women, right? These are modern day black women, right? Don't get caught up in that. Learn from our mistakes. Leave this country, leave the United States. Go to a country where these women is already been bred up to be submissive to men. That way you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about her trying to do just like this picture, or just like Money Boy Trey said, this person Ronda Rousey you, right? This woman doing this to you, right? You don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about that. Because she's going to be submissive to you. She's going to be feminine. She's not going to be looking all muscular like how this woman is, right? She's going to be feminine in everything. So go look for this type of woman. So go look for her. Now tell me, asking, in what age group does the modern day black woman falls in? That is a good question. That's a good question. The modern day black woman falls into different categories, right? One category is the younger modern day black women, right? And the younger one are the ones who are very, very active in doing the things that I was just describing a few moments ago. Now there are other older women, right, who's within the age range of 30, between 30 and 40, right, where they're so stuck in their ways where they believe that the modern day black men, right, the modern day black men should not only get away, divest from this whole notion that the one woman should submit to them, but they in this whole notion saying that the woman should be equal to the man. They with the whole notions that gender roles should no longer exist. They with the whole notion of them going and getting degrees, and so that could be part of the committed, could be part of the modern day marketplace, well, relationship marketplace, right? What now, instead of the man being the head, deep down inside, these modern day women, they feel like that they're the head now. And this is the mentality. Money Boy say 18 to 34, but I say between the ages 18 to 40. or 40. Well, I say 45. I give it up to 45. I give up to 45. But once again, this is the argument with the SYSMB. All right. Now, to be honest with y'all, I understand where they coming from, dealing with the behavior of the modern day black woman. Trust me, I do. I get it. I understand it. I understand it because like I say, there are a lot of modern day black women who do resemble this type of behavior that I just described. And this was just only two different scenarios that I described, but there are a whole lot more other scenarios that happen that men deal with, you know what I'm saying, with the modern day black woman and their behavior. A matter of fact, y'all, I think it was last week or so, maybe no, it was 2 weeks ago. I did a live and I was talking about this therapist, right? I did a lot of talk about this on therapist. She was on TikTok, right? And so she was on TikTok and she was talking down on the black men and stuff, right? She was calling for accountability with one of the black men and stuff, right? Talking down on them and doing all this kind of crazy stuff, right? And so when everything hit the fan with her, right, and she ended up getting fired from her place of employment due to, you know, her rhetoric or what she was saying, guess what? Instead of her taking accountability for her behavior, guess what she did? She blamed it on the modern day black men. And this is what this group SYSMB is talking about. Instead of that woman taking accountability for her actions or behavior, she wants to switch it around and manipulate it and say that it was the black man's fault. You black man, it's your fault that this happened to me. It's your fault that I got fired from my job. It's your fault that I end up using my TikTok account and start talking down on black men. It's your fault. It's your fault. Because if you were in your place of leadership, right, then it would be no need for me to do several videos or several lives talking about this. So it's your fault. Your fault. Absolutely your fault. But once again, this is what they're saying that they're dealing with. All right. Now, once again, in this article, right, once again, they also said he also maintains that the SYMB is concerned about the future of children, believing that black women have a deep disdain, and hatred for black children and will seek to destroy them through abortion or physical and mental abuse. And while this doctrine purports that not all black women are undesirable, Umanai insists that black women who have still be seen as desirable have become an extreme rarity to a point of extinction. This sentiment have become increasingly popular on social media, even among those who are not firmly in the SYSBM movement. Okay. Now, let me ask y'all this question too. How often do y'all see, even in the black community, how often do y'all see black women having a certain disdain or hatred for their own black children, preferably their sons? How often do you see it in the black community where you see that these modern day women is now raising up their sons to be men, right? But they're raising up their sons to be mama boys. They're raising up their sons to, instead of being masculine, they're raising up their sons to be more feminine. Instead of understanding their sons' role of manhood, they raise their sons up to be what we call simps. And this is evident because they'll sit up here and teach their sons that, hey, you shouldn't treat a woman like this. You need to learn the woman's, especially the black woman's, love language. You need to learn that black woman love language. You need to learn and understand what will make her happy. So you need to do these different things to make her happy. And I'm going to teach you this, son, my man child. I'm going to teach you these things to make her happy because you're going to practice this with me. So they're practice this, right? They'll practice this, have this dude buying flowers, buying chocolates, buying jewelry, buying clothes, showing them that this is the way to win a black woman's heart is by you doing things that you know that they will like. Teaching them instead of you being a leader, you should instead of you being a leader and you want to lead by the best decision possible, right? They say this. It's better for you just to ask the black woman. And so instead of him having confidence in himself and confidence in the leadership, he always had to ask for a second opinion from the black woman. Instead of him saying, hey, babe, we are going to XYZ place. We're going to this restaurant at this time. So I want you to be ready at this particular time. Instead of him saying that, right, his conversation would change. He'll say this, babe, if you want to now, I desire for you to be ready at this time, but if you can't be ready at this time, it's okay. And I would like to take you at this certain place, but if you don't want to go to the certain place, then it's okay. It's wherever you want to do. I'm fine. Long as I'm in your presence. Long as I am in your presence. That's all that matters. And this is what they teach in their modern day sons. To be this way. To be simps. Instead of being men. Instead of not only taking accountability, but taking their position as being men, as being leaders. Where they say, hey, this is what we're going to do and this is how it's going to be done. Now, I pause for a reason, y'all, because I want y'all to think about this. And so, therefore, these mama boys, these simps and stuff, right? They're becoming adults, right? And these be the very men or dudes or Negroes, whatever you want to call it, right? Fuck boys, whatever you want to call it, right? These be the very ones that these women will go after, right? And they'll manipulate these dudes. These be the very same dudes that they the molded, right? But they molded these dudes to become monsters. In other words, these dudes be molded into what a lot of modern day women say is being narcissistic. A lot of these black modern day women, they say this, you're narcissistic. You're narcissistic. And the reason why they say that, right, is because these older modern day women have molded their sons without having a father in a household. They molded their sons to become these simps, to be these fuck boys. They molded them to be this way. And now they became older, right? And now these other modern day women is dating these same dudes and oh man, you're so, oh my God. But unfortunately, modern day women, it was your older modern day sisters who molded these dudes to be the way that they are. And it's all based on a decision that they made. They chose, once again, they chose to procreate with these other dudes, like I stated earlier. They chose to procreate with these dudes knowing that they wasn't about nothing. Knowing that they wasn't about nothing. And decided to procreate with them anyway. Knowing that. And here's another thing too, since he mentioned about abortions, right? Here's another one interesting thing that I have researched about that, right? I had research that I seen a poll. I wish I could pull it up, but I don't know where it's at. But I wish I could pull it up again. But I have seen a recent poll, right, where they did a survey, right. Do y'all know that most abortions come from women who don't want to have children um with quote unquote good men. Let me say that again. Comes from women who don't want to most of it comes from women who want to have abortions from good men. These type of men who really would be a good father, right? But they tend to not want to have an abortion from these fuck dudes. Why is that so? Now, I'm not saying that this is 100% everyone, every mother, that woman that did this, because there are exceptions to the rule. There are. But I'm saying, like, I give it a small number. I'm saying about 3 to 4% of this, right? That these type of women, they'll rather choose to procreate with a dude that they know they ain't about nothing, right? Rather than procreate with a dude that they know is going to be about something. They'll rather have an abortion. I don't want to have nothing to do with you. Only reason why I had sex with you is because we both was vulnerable that night. I had you in the friend zone for this very purpose, because the dude who I'm with, right, he's not accurate, he's not satisfying me, and I just need you for the moment, and within that moment we end up slipping up. But I don't want to have nothing to do with you other than that one moment. So you do not have the right to procreate with me. You do not have the right to have a seed with me. Only the dude who's a fuckboy or whatever have the right to procreate with me. And so I'm going to give him that privilege and not you. But however, if things still doesn't work right with this dude, which I know is not, guess what? I'm going to once again get you out of the friend zone, and I'm going to give you what you want. I'm going to give you your feelings and your emotions and show you that I really care about you and like you, right? And guess what? I'm going to allow you to marry me, right? So you could be the stepfather of that dude child for me. And that is going to be your role. That's going to be your role. And so these dudes, right, they end up figuring it out, right. Then that's why you be seeing reports of dudes and losing their minds and stuff, right. They end up losing their mind. They end up um, murdering, the modern day black woman. Now, just hold up. Just by me saying this, right, I'm not condoning that. This is something that they should do. I'm not condoning that. I'm only stating the reality of it, the reality of the behavior behind it. Okay? I'm not condoning them going and murdering women or anything like that, because I'm against that. But however, I'm pointing out the reality that these dudes end up they feel that they in a space where they're proving themselves to this woman, right? They prove themselves so much so, then all of a sudden this woman end up slapping them in the face, telling them that they're not good enough. Dude end up losing his mind, end up taking his life, taking that woman's life. In some cases, if they had a seed together, or if they had a seed together or not, or he's a stepfather or not, he end up taking away that seed as well too. All because of the modern day black woman and the decision that they have made, not taking accountability, always making themselves be more of the victim instead of being realizing that they're the problem. And once again, this is the reason why the SYSMB is existing the way it is right now. Matter of fact, this is the reason why the manosphere is existing the way that it is right now, to this day too, is because of these behaviors that are happening right now. Now, once again, I'm just stating, I'm just showing y'all the situation. I'm showing y'all the problem. I'm giving y'all the argument about why it is what it is. Okay. And like always, I'm gonna give y'all solutions about this too, because I do have a solution how to deal with this. I honestly do have a solution behind this, but I'm gonna reveal that to you towards the end of the show. But I got to keep giving y'all the problems, okay, so y'all can understand why it is what it is. Okay. Now, just like this article said, it said, although the supporters of the SYMB view themselves as living their best possible lives and expanding their romantic options, the model is laced behind misogynoir and overt anti-black racism. Hey, James, so with it? Oh, Rush, what's up with it, bro? It associates blackness with danger, discomfort, stagnation, whereas whiteness is associated with tranquility, security, upward mobility. Additionally, it endorses conservative talking points by blaming black people's behavior for persistent racial inequality. Black neighborhoods, which refer to as the community, is inherently dysfunctional and lack any proportions perspective to improve. Commentators frequently misuse social scientists, right? And I'm going to highlight this real quick, y'all. Social scientists, right? To research to support their arguments. Now, reason why I highlighted social scientists is because they use different social scientific techniques, such as, for example, as me being a sociologist, they use sociology to determine their movement, all right, or to give reasoning for their movement. Okay, just as the same way how feminists use social scientists to be a part of their movement as well too. Okay, and this part of like I said, it's part of what I'm studying as being a sociologist, but it also could stem from psychology as well too. It could stem from that as well too, y'all. Now, they believe black women are socially irredeemable and incapable of possessing feminine traits, referring to them as scraggy daggerless and succubi. Now, this scraggy daggers and succubi, I don't know if y'all are religious, right? Succubi refers to the woman demon. All right, it's referred to a woman demon. Now, what a succubi does is this: a succubi, the attribute of a succubi is that if y'all ever had if y'all was ever sleep right, men right, if y'all was ever sleep and you're in a experience of what is known as sleep paralysis, right, where you can't move in your sleep but your eyes is open, right. And then that's how you're not feeling a presence over you. It feel like somebody's a presence over you, and that presence is like jumping on top of you or whatever. That's what they call a succubi. They say that this demon, right, this demon woman jumps on top of you, right? This demon woman jumps on top of you, and this demon woman end up having sex with you for the simple fact that this demon woman is raping you, taking your sperm count and stuff, right? Just so that demon could spawn other succubi demons. Now, some religious teaching also states that this is the reason why men have what is known as wet dreams, okay? They say the reason why men have wet dreams is because of that succubi demon. They say that succubi demon, sometimes if the succubi demon can't penetrate you, right? Like say for example, you like men, if y'all not sleeping naked, right? You know, y'all sleep with y'all boxers on, whatever, right? They say that the one succubus demon, right, comes and, you know, want to ejaculate you and stuff, right? And attempt to try to, you know, steal your sperm so they can procreate other demons. Just so y'all know. All right. So also it says you cannot build anything with the black witch in your midst, says Omaha. Now this is our last part of the argument. This is another argument where many modern day black men they were to agree with, right? Because say for example, this man he's trying to build something with her. He's trying to build a foundation with her. We call it building a foundation. We're trying to build a foundation with her, right? We're trying to build a family with her. We're trying to build a legacy with her and stuff, right? Instead of her being submissive, instead of her being compliant, instead of her focusing on the plan, guess what this woman do? She end up on stepping outside the box and doing other stuff that is not part of the plan. Like say for example, this man he's working on building a business, right? And by him building this business, it requires for her to be a stay-at-home mother with the children, right? Because the only way this business is going to build the only way the business is going to build how the way it's going to build the way they need to be is for her to stay at home and take care of the children. Now, if this woman isn't used to being a stay-at-home mom, she's used to being out there in the workforce. She already got her degree, got her bachelor's degree, master's degree, PhD, whatever the case may be. 9 times out of 10, she's not going to comply with that. She's going to say, nope, you're out your mind. Because I'm an independent woman, and I believe by me staying out there would be more beneficial than what you're saying right now. Instead of trusting that dude, leadership and judgment, right? She'll do the latter. She'll do the latter. Yep. But yeah, that's true, Trey. That's true. And I was wondering you was going to catch on to that too. I was wondering you were going to catch on to that. But yeah, that's the theory behind that, bro. Now, like I say, I ain't saying I agree with it or not, but that's the theory that they say behind that. That's the theory that they say. he said I've been watching too many Dr. Umar movies. Oh man. I only stating what's out there. I'm just throwing what's the argument out there. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Just throwing the argument out there for y'all. Constance, what's up? Salute. But yeah, that's what they say. They said, yeah, she's not gonna comply to that. So instead of her building with him, right, and being submissive and being compliant with that, she would do the opposite of that. She would tear the whole situation down with her bare hands. Because it don't goes along with her feelings or emotions or how the way she's feeling about the situation. And let alone, don't let her have friends, right? Don't let her have friends. Don't let her have friends that goes against that too. Her friends will say, girl, you know good and well that nigga is out of his mind. Girl, you know good and well that dude is being misogynistic with you. Girl, you know good and well that dude's been narcissistic with you and stuff, right? You sit up here to spend 6 years of your life chasing after your dreams and your goals, and you got your degrees and stuff like that, and you got your student loans and all this stuff there, and you think that you don't work that hard for you to sit home at the house and not do nothing, girl, you better check that nigga. Then they'll say, you know what? You're right. We're living in a modern day era where we're not these old housewives no more. We're not here to cater these men no more. In fact, they should be catering towards us. That's what they should be doing. Shoot, especially me, because I the one who got the 1 degree. I the one who's currently making more money than him and all this stuff there. So to be honest, if anyone who should be submissive is him being submissive to me, is because I'm the one who's holding this whole thing together. And they'll go back and repeat that same exact thing towards that man. Instead of trusting that dude leadership. Instead of trusting that dude goals, ambition. Now, some of y'all would probably say, well, what's wrong with him? Why he didn't already have this established? What if he already had this established, but he's trying to build on that? And he's trying to build more on that. Where now he's trying to have things established where he could want to leave things for his legacy. And so he have to make certain moves in order way that these moves could be possible if his woman, his black woman, his modern day black woman comply with him. But if she doesn't comply, then it end up bringing conflict. And just like I stated earlier, right, the same woman, same modern day black woman, right, they won't take accountability. They won't take accountability for the decisions that they make, right? Instead, they will blame it on this dude. They end up seeking therapy and going into therapy as the victim. And by the way, black women, this is the reason why a lot of modern day black men don't want to go to relationship therapy with y'all. The reason why is because y'all going into that therapy, right? In that therapy session, that couple session, that relationship section, right? Instead of y'all taking accountability for the behavior that you done did, that you done caused, right? You go in and play the victim role. You go in and cry to that therapist, and don't let that therapist be a woman. Don't let that therapist be a woman. You'll go in and be all emotional. You're emotional. That therapist woman is emotional. Y'all cry together. The next thing you know, the next section, right, the dude end up showing up there, right? And instead of that therapist doing her job, which is to remain neutral in a session, she already been manipulated and planted in her mind a certain narrative about this dude. And so now her whole section is geared towards manipulating that dude to be in a way that's favorable to that woman. Some of y'all women are asking, well, what if the therapist is a dude? What if he's a dude? Don't let that therapist be a dude where he's a simp. Or that the same therapist being raised by he's been raised by a single modern day black woman and really didn't have too much of men leadership in his life. Guess what he's gonna do? He's gonna become all emotional to that woman as well too. Probably gonna want to smash that woman, but he's gonna become all emotional with her as well too. And he's going to do the same as that thing. He's going to manipulate the situation where it becomes favorable towards that woman. And this is the reason why, ladies, that these modern day men tend to not want to go to therapy sessions with y'all. It's because of that reason. It's because they don't have a dog in the fight. That's the reason why. That is the reason why, ladies. Now, let me speed ahead of this on article. I'm almost done with it, but I'm kind of speed ahead a little bit. I want to focus on this particular part too. It said, in recent months, advocates have told their followers to obtain passports. All right. Now, I don't know if y'all been following this now on social media, especially after since Kevin Samuels passed away, right? You've been seeing a surge of different content creators talking about SYSBM and preferably being passport bros, right? Meaning that they're attaining passports now. Okay. To the SYSBM, a passport isn't just a government issued document that allows citizens entry into a foreign country. It represents liberations from only dealing with Black American women. Moreover, having one grants a sense of superiority since SYSBM labels Black women as fearful and jealous towards passport holders, overlooking the obvious fact that many Black women also have passports. It believed Black women dating options will dwindle significantly if Black men continue to travel abroad for sexual conquest overseas or to find a submissive foreign bride. B. Nicole, salute, 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 welcome. So, in other words, I don't know if y'all been paying attention to this too, but different on modern day women, right? They get so jealous when they see a Black man dating interracially. Let me say that again. Different modern day women become jealous when they see a modern day Black man dating interracially, dating anyone who isn't any woman who isn't Black. They become increasingly jealous. I remember one the situation, right? One day, me and Mrs. Erber, right? We went to a restaurant, right? And we was eating, we was dining, right? And it was this group of women that was there, right? I guess they were celebrating a birthday or whatever the case may be. They was celebrating something, right? But it was a group of them, right? And so moments later, right, we had seen a couple had entered into the restaurant, right? This couple was an interracial couple, right? It was a Black man who had a Asian woman with him. Immediately when they walk into the restaurant, I kid y'all not, these group of women energy had changed. At first, there's all happy, celebrating. Their energy immediately changed. They was looking, they was looking, they was looking, and they wasn't looking, in amazement. They was looking in disgust. I could hear one of them right across the way, hearing them mumble to my, "Oh, look at him. Why he with her?" See, this is why Black men are losing. This is why Black men are not in their place, because they always want to date outside their race. They're not protecting us. They're not protecting us at all. So that was discussing our stuff there, and me and Mr. We was looking at it. We was just looking. We just shook our head, and afterwards, while we was having a conversation about that, and we was talking about that. And so I asked her this. I asked her, I like, do you also believe that um Black women are truly not being protected by Black men, and that's the reason why Black men tend to date interracially? She said, "Babe, no, I don't believe in that at all. What I believe is that in this particular situation that we see, right, all I believe is that, based on what I seen, is that I just believe that it was just a man and a woman that was attracted to each other, and so therefore they end up dating each other. So that's where they at. That's where I see. I don't see no other situation other than that." And so, I looked at Miss Irby, like, yeah, that's, you know, I can understand your answer. What I'm saying? Now I can, just based on what I see, I could agree with your answer. But at the same time, sometimes that tends to happen. Where people date interracially, it could be for one or two reasons. The first one could be the reason that you say, right? But the other reason could be because that man got so sick and tired of dealing with Black women that he decided to date outside his race. For the simple fact, not to truly find true love, But to say that, hey, I've been dating black women all my life and they be giving me a living hell, so I just want to do something different. And so that's what he ended up doing. Or vice versa. It's kind of like the same scenario when a person go out and purchase a vehicle, right? You've been driving around in the Benz for the longest, right? And that Benz been, giving you trouble for the longest, right? And so you just say the hell with it. And next thing you know, you see a Tesla, right? And so you see that Tesla, like, you know what? I'm gonna step outside of me always getting a Mercedes Benz, and I'm gonna get a Tesla. And so that's what they do. Instead of them realizing that a car is just a car, just like how Mrs. Urban put it, a man is a man and a woman is a woman. Instead of them looking at it from that perspective that a car is just a car and it's there to provide for you the thing that you needed to do, we tend to look in the outside of it, oh man, or the name of it. You know what I'm saying? And I can honestly say, with the SYSMB, instead of them looking at the reality of it, that a man is a man, woman is a woman, true love comes from a man and a woman. And to be honest with you, these problems that I'm telling you right now, that they're saying right now, you can deal with these problems with any type of one race. It don't matter if it's black woman or not. You tend to deal with these problems with any type of race. You know what I'm saying? Instead of them realizing that, right, they just see it as this is a better vehicle. It looks better. So I'm tend to date better. I'm going to date this because it seems better. Not knowing that it has the same thing in the inside. At the end of the day, when you look at a car, right, when you open up that car, it has the same as that thing. It has an interior, it has an exterior. The main components of a car have an engine and all the stuff there. It don't matter what type of car it is, what type of vehicle it is, it still has the same as that thing. Same thing with dealing with a woman. No matter what color, no matter what race, no matter what ethnicity that woman is, right? When you look at the core, when you look at the inside, you will discover that she's a woman. Which this kind of brings me to the accountability report. Now, I'm not going to read this article all the way for y'all, you know what I'm saying, due to time restraints. But if you want to pull up this article, by all means, you can. This article is found at blackyouthproject.com. If you want to read further about this Save Yourself Black Men movement and read further about what Erwin Fountain is talking about within this article, by all means, check it out because the read is pretty interesting, y'all. If y'all want to get a different perspective about this, by all means, read this article. Check it out for yourself. Check it out for yourself. But like I say, I've been giving y'all the arguments and the problems with what the SYSBM is dealing with the modern day black women, right? I've been talking about this. I've been giving you the different problems. I've been giving you the different situations, what they deal with, and why it is. Let me start giving y'all some solutions behind this, okay? How the way this could be dealt with. One of the solutions is that I don't believe that by obtaining a passport and dating women of the opposite race will solidify the situation or help it. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe that will. I don't. I don't believe that dating interracially will help the situation. I don't. What I believe is this, is that at the end of the day, it all boils down to your behavior. It all boils down to your mentality. It all boils down to your upbringing as well too. This is the reason why I mentioned earlier about how the modern day woman raised these men childs and stuff, right, without having a man in the household. But it deals with all that. I believe that the solution of the situation is that both men and women, preferably in this particular conversation I'm talking about, right? I believe that both black men and black women need to stop victim blaming each other or victim blaming in that way. And I believe that they need to start taking accountability for their behaviors. That's what I believe. I believe that the solution is that they need to reevaluate everything about them. They need to reevaluate their upbringing. They need to reevaluate all this stuff. And they need to think about all this stuff. They need to think about when I was when they was young, right? Did my parents teach me properly how to be a true successful black man or a true successful black woman? Or did they just pacify me? Did they teach me things that them themselves was following as well too? Or were they teach me things because they was up in their feelings and their emotion based on their decisions that they done made, their mistakes that they done made? And that's another thing too, that sometimes even with parents and stuff, right? Instead of the parents taking accountability for the mistakes that they made, they tend to use their children, right? They'll use their children to correct the mistake. In other words, they'll use their children to teach their children to not make the same mistake as them. But at the same time, they're not taking accountability for their own said actions and behaviors. They're not. So they end up intending to do this right, upbringing these children, and they end up becoming men and women, black men and women, and next thing you know, the cycle continues. It doesn't stop. So, like I say, the solution is accountability. The solution is for you to realize that both black men and women need to realize that it's some things about y'all is real effed up for real that you need to fix about yourself. There's some things that you've been taught that you thought was that you thought was the way, but it really wasn't the way. You only pacify the situation instead of healing. Matter of fact, the modern day black men and women do need healing. And when I say healing, I'm talking about healing within themselves. They need to want to take accountability and heal themselves first before they even consider being in a true foundational relationship with each other where it's not toxic or anything. That's where it starts at. It starts with them. Starts with them taking accountability. It starts with them on learning. And this is where I would agree that actual psychotherapy would be beneficial, long as that therapist is not screwed up too. Because I ain't gonna lie, there's some therapists out there that are screwed up as well too. But that goes to the point of vetting out, you know what I'm saying, vetting out and make sure that that therapist is, beneficial for you. But let's say that you did found a therapist that is beneficial for you and that therapist, is of sound mind and everything, right? Let's say that that's the case. I say that it's important for both the black man and the black woman to seek on the psychotherapy so that true real therapist could give you a perspective about yourself that you never thought about before, to show you a mirror image of how the way you currently are and help to develop a blueprint of who you're supposed to be, who you're destined to be. Not this falsification of what you became a product of. because that's another thing too, is that we become a product of behavior. We become a product of nature. We become a product of our environment. We become a product of our worldview. So that therapists, right, a good therapist, they will show you a mirror image of yourself, and that will give you a choice to take accountability, take action and accountability. That will challenge you to look at your own family upbringing too. They'll challenge you to want to look at that and reevaluate that. Because a lot of our actions, like I say before and I say again, a lot of our actions and our behaviors of us being adults right now, it stems from the ideologies from our parents. We are walking um ventriloquists of our parents. Okay, it's almost as though it's our parents is controlling us, and we the ventriloquist door. And everything that's coming out of our mouth, it's not our own thoughts, it's not our own actions, it's not our own beliefs, but it comes from the belief of our parents. It comes from the belief of our parents on worldviews, based on their upbringing, and based on their parents' upbringing, their parents' upbringing. But a psychotherapist will challenge you to reevaluate that. They'll challenge you to write down all the different behavior traits of your parents, whether they're alive or they're not alive or whatever the case may be. They'll challenge you to write that down, and they'll challenge you to reevaluate that. And they challenge you to compare and contrast and see, do you resemble the same type of behavior traits? And then they will challenge you to figure out what you can do that's different, that could better yourself. That's what a real psychotherapist will do. They will help you in that particular aspect. They won't pacify you or anything like that. If you deal with a psychotherapist and they're just pacifying you, then that's not a good psychotherapist. They're just there to take your money. They're just there just to get paid. All right? So that's where the solution comes from. Is to reevaluate yourself. Both black men and women need to reevaluate themselves. Seek good outside help to help them to get to their purpose, to get to their destiny, where they are destined to be at. Then once you get to that point, then that's when true change start taking place, where you no longer don't need to be part of the SYSBM. You no longer need to part of the Black Manosphere. You no longer need to be a part of the pink pill movement, the red pill movement. You no longer need to be a part of that. You no longer need to be a part of any type of feminist movement or anything like that. Because you took the time out to normally correct behaviors of yourself, but you took the time out to evolve. You took the time out to change, to better yourself, to be the best version of yourself. That's the only way this is going to want to change. That's the only way it's going to be better for y'all. That's the only way, y'all. So, like I say, this is my perspective about this. Like I say, I understand the movement behind this. Trust me, I do. I get it. Just like I understand the movement of the feminist movement and all these other type of movements as well, red pill, pink pill, all these other movements as well too. I understand. I get it. At the end of the day, these movies came from a stem of people being hurt, people hurting each other, and they don't want to be hurt no more. So they're using these certain things or certain rhetoric to protect themselves. Which I understand it, but if you're not focusing on healing yourself in every way possible, physically, mentally, and spiritually, right, then what's the point of being a part of these movements? What's the point of it? Because it's not going to help you. It's not gonna help y'all at all. So this is my review of this, and I hope that the things that I share with y'all, it just give y'all a different perspective about the things that are going on, and also no urban. It's not bashing black women at all. To be honest with y'all, I'm actually in support of black women, especially modern day black women. Even though the topics that I share with y'all, it could be harsh. It could be very harsh, but the one thing I'm doing is that I'm just challenging accountability. That's it. I'm just challenging accountability because I just want all of us to be the best version of ourselves. That's it. So thank y'all so much for tuning in to this episode. Once again, I hope that the things I share with y'all, it just give y'all a different perspective to think about. And then also, if you are in this space that I'm talking about right now, I challenge you to consider taking accountability for your actions. Stop blaming people. Black women, stop blaming black men. Black men, stop blaming black women, and start taking accountability for your personal behavior, your personal action, and change.